If the field of cranes dominating Melbourne's skyline is any indication, the apartment construction boom is continuing unabated. There are a record 165 cranes operating in Melbourne, everywhere from Altoa to Hawthorn and Fairfield, according to planning website Urban Melbourne. Share on Facebook, share on Twitter, tweet link a multiplex building site on Collins Street. Photo, Eddie Jim. The number has surged 18% this year, driven by commercial developments, particularly in the city. The website said tower cranes employed on commercial projects have more than doubled to 21 this year, including those at the former National Mutual Life Centre on Collins Street and at the Mobile Refinery in Altoa. Related articles: glittering skyscraper plans fall over, buyers refunded. Operators say the jump in crane numbers, up 70% since Urban Melbourne's first crane count in 2013, has been driven by the rise of development outside the CBD. Years ago tower cranes were mainly CBD based, but we're starting to find them in the suburbs, said George Mysevsky, General Manager at General Crane. Advertisement: Titan request ad push, ad spot -300 extension 250, pose 3. Mr. Mysevsky said his company was almost fully booked for next year, which was unusual, and had recently received cranes from Russia and South Korea to keep up with demand. You will now receive updates from Business AM newsletter. Business AM newsletter. Get the latest news and updates emailed straight to your inbox. By submitting your email, you are agreeing to Fairfax Media's terms and conditions and privacy policy. MCG Cranes Managing Director Mick Martin said that 5 years ago about 95% of the company's cranes were operating in the city, but now they were in use from Glen Waverley to Murder and Cape Shanks. Share on Facebook, share on Twitter, tweet link crane numbers have reached record levels across Melbourne. Photo, Eddie Jim. Mr. Martin, who agreed there was a record number of cranes in Melbourne, said next year would be even busier as councils approved more multi-level development, and bigger apartments were sold to families priced out of freestanding homes. Our inquiries at the moment are probably the strongest they've ever been, Mr. Martin said. Share on Facebook, share on Twitter link illustration. Matt Golding. Another report shows crane numbers for residential work have rocketed more than 40% in Australia since 2013, while cranes for non-residential work have edged up just 2%. There were 654 cranes on working developments across the country in the second quarter of this year, most for residential development construction and property consultants. Ryder Levitt Bucknell said Melbourne accounted for 146, almost a quarter, of those, while Sydney had 50% across Melbourne. The CBD and surrounding suburbs have 30% cranes installed, the latest RLB report said. The eastern suburbs have 19%, the north have 20%, the south have 35,